Yep. It's your boy BossCowboySports. Yep, and we gotta have us a real football discussion. Yep.
Another one.
Gotta bring you another one. The Browns are quietly the most dangerous. Yep. And see, notice I capitalize most. Because this is a team, I don't think people sleeping on them. But we go just take another and a closer look. Because we already talked about this team, obviously, when the schedule came out. But we go take us a little bit of a closer look, and we go look closer by the day. So y'all sit back. I got to set up some things on the back end. I'm going to come back every now and then and tease y'all and kind of talk about it. Because I just said just a little bit. How do you look at the talent that's over at the Browns? Because a lot of their best players was, let's be honest, a lot of Dallas Cowboy draft people favorites. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting, man, to kind of go through this, man, and just kind of look at the danger factor. Now, this has nothing to do with being afraid of the Browns. Because really what we doing is we finally meeting a team that has big names like us. Because the Dallas Cowboys for the last 4 years have been full of big names. Like names that you can count on. Names that you can put money on the bank and say, yeah, cash stacked. Yeah. So, big games ain't new to us. But we also gotta analyze the threat. Because this is also the type of game that's not the type of game that we need to be going to this game with distractions. So we gonna talk about that as well. Because one of the main things I'm gonna present today is that the Browns have an all-in mentality. That's what I'm seeing. And so it's like we seeing an all-in mentality versus a GM that want to have it all. He want to maximize profits and try to keep football somewhere in there. So what is it going to take to beat this talented team? We going to talk about all of that. We also going to have Henny coming tomorrow where we go deeper into the coaches. So it's football time. So we going to start talking football even more. It's just that time where we got to really break down these opponents because talking is over. It's wartime. I'll be right back. All right. We back at it. All right. And before we get into the show, we want to let everybody know that today's live stream is brought to you by BetUS, where you can receive 125% Bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. And of course, I got the link in the description so y'all can take advantage of that. And I suggest that y'all do. I think it's a good thing. And a show like this could aid if you want to make some wages, right? A show like this can help you out greatly because we're going to talk about this in a way that I don't think a lot of people are talking about. And I think the wages are a little bit too low on the Browns, right? I think the Browns is not even just a dangerous team. I think they are one of the most dangerous teams on paper. It's how can you even deny it, right? So we go talk about this first from a player standpoint, and we ain't go too heavy. We go kind of do a surface, but we go get heavier and heavier into the Browns as the week goes on. So this is an introduction to the Browns, but then we go get heavy into the week into the coaches. Then we go get heavy into the weeks on key matchups between Dallas and the Browns, right? Y'all give me a second, man. Let me take a bite. I need a sponsor to eat. And we go take some calls too. All right, here we go. So one of the things when I look at the Browns, when I say dangerous, when I start at the very top, what I see is that the Browns are running the way that a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans wish the Dallas Cowboys was run, where they have a GM that's accountable for short-term success, who has the obligation to win now, and his job is on the line, which allows that GM to be aggressive. A lot of Dallas Cowboy fans would like to see us structured in this way, and you can see why when you're looking at the Browns. So when you're looking at the Browns, one of the things when I'm looking at the Browns is with Andrew Berry, their GM, right? The one thing that you clearly see with him, and it's a reflection of the Browns organization, is aggression. They are very aggressive. Okay, extremely. One of the most aggressive things that they did was obviously to sign Deshaun Watson. And, you know, the timing made it aggressive, but also the terms of the deal. They were the first team to give a quarterback a fully guaranteed deal for that long. They showed a major commitment as he was still in a fight. So what that says is that you have leadership that's willing to take risk, right? So it was a public perception risk that was willing to be gambled because everything wasn't fully decided. Then on top of that, you had a mental risk with the icky and the ooey and the reputations being so, publicly embarrassing. Would that affect this guy that you're paying so much money for? And so you see aggression. That's the thing that, so if you somebody that believe in aggression as a means of winning, you see the danger in the Browns just from a leadership standpoint. But then thinking about the Browns, it's not the Browns just being dangerous because of aggression and because a guy that's showing that he wouldn't take risk and big risk to try to go for it. Because you seeing a go forward mentality. I'm talking about through and through. We gonna talk about it. But the timing of the danger of the Browns is also what's going on currently with Dallas. So when you compare Dallas to the Browns in terms of environment, you have an environment to where you have a GM that's showing through a lot of roster moves that he is very serious about taking a team that was already very good on paper and taking it to a whole nother level, right? So if you look at it from locker room standpoint, right? And a fan base standpoint, you feel like, okay, we took a step. We was 11-6 with a backup quarterback with a bunch of talent, and we getting Deshaun back healthy, and we go talk about that too. And you look across the street, and when you look across the street, you see Jerry Jones sending cryptic messages about his number one. And then he eventually gets paid. And then immediately you start seeing the cryptic messages and the fighting and the back and forth between our GM and our best players. So that's what gives me also the danger vibe. Is you have a group that's really working to try to pull it all together, coming together, healthy, right? On a whole nother level, versus the Dallas Cowboys are coming into that game so far distracted. Even to the point where CeeDee Lamb had to say, take care of Dak so that you can kill the speculation. So looking at it from top to bottom, that's also where I see danger. So it's not even just talent, it's morale as well. Yeah, morale as well. See, because Jerry, I'm going to be honest, Jerry has had the privilege of, with Will McClay, being able to stack teams so well that he could play games and still have way more talent than the opposition, which gave him room to run his play, the do it all play, the want it all play. The guy who wants to get the publicity and the guy who wants to win. Because I know he wants both, but he wants it all. All right. So that's the introduction. I want to introduce the top level concerns when I look at the danger. I want to look at the top level concerns. So then I want to remind y'all real quick too. If this title looks familiar, it's because you can trust me when I'm saying stuff like this. Okay? Because I said the Browns are quietly the most dangerous. The last time I said that is when I said before that playoff game, Green Bay is quietly dangerous. And so I'm saying that to say this team is more dangerous. Whoa, see, my boy said, okay. I ain't mad at this. He said, I believe we handled the Browns easily. I think this game gonna come down to special teams. I think this could be a close game. I think it's gonna come down to a final drive. I do. I think this is gonna be a battle. Yeah. So this game can go either way, in my opinion. So, which is good. Which is good. I want to also say that that's good because see, it's one thing about this team. The NFL know what they doing, man. They started Dallas off with, they started off Dallas with a nice challenge. Yeah. Because either way, they go win. Either way. If Dallas win, Dallas beat a great test. If Dallas win, they beat a great test. But if the Browns win, you can kind of start you a Cinderella story a little bit. You can kind of ride that waves of the underdog type of, kind of like what they roll with the Texans. So either way, they gonna win story wise. But they put this one out front for a reason. This one is the one. When you look at the stars on both sides, bruh. Yeah, this is full of stars everywhere on both sides. This is already set up to be. Ooh, I like it. I like it. See, Chris, you right. They'll downplay it when we win. See, this the deal though. We don't need to downplay it. If we beat this team, that's a very good start for Dallas. It's gonna say a lot about Dallas. Yeah, this is one. Don't take this game for granted, because this is gonna have playoff implications to it. Yeah, this is gonna be a good test out the gate. And it's one thing about the Browns. The Browns have played good against some of the best in the NFL. They beat the Ravens. They beat San Fran in a close one, So this is a team that's a good measuring stick. All right, so here we go. So I want to get into a little bit of the offense, just a little bit. Y'all give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, here we go. To me, this is the biggest thing when I look at the Browns. Easily, the biggest difference with the Browns is easily one thing that I think a lot of people are downplaying. This is where, if you betting, say, man, a lot of people are downplaying Deshaun Watson having that shoulder repaired. That's the big if. So I just put it like this. When you go look, obviously what happened last year is that he had to go that shoulder surgery where by November 15th, he was declared out for the season. Okay. But then when you keep up with the fact that he's been this time, because he has all the controversy behind him, was able to have a full off season, right, with his weapons. So him and Amari been working out, preparing, and his shoulder has progressed, right? And so the first 2 years on the Browns, remember when he came back, he had to be thrown out there because under that investigation, he couldn't participate in team activities. So he never was able to work out with the team. So then he came back second year and had the shoulder issue. Now you getting ready to see Deshaun with a full off season, with his shoulder repaired. So this the deal. It depends on what Deshaun Watson shows up. So I got this graphic right here, courtesy of Chat Sports a long time ago. Okay. So what if, I'm gonna just ask you a question in terms of assessing the danger, right? What if, and I'm gonna just ask a question, what if Dak Prescott was dropped into the Browns team right now? Okay. Just try to use your imagination. What if Dak was reunited with Amari and had Jerry Jeudy as his number 2 and David Njoku as his tight end and Elijah Moore as his number 3 receiver? What do you think Dak would do? What would Dak do with Myles Garrett as defensive player of the year? See, Michael Parsons is still chasing that. You know what I mean? Over there, they have that, right? So we just talking about assessing the danger. So, so what if you drop Dak on the team with Juan Thornhill, JSK, Willis protecting for him? Denzel Ward. What if you drop Dak? I'm asking a question. What if you just dropped Dak into that? What would you say about that Browns? Keep it real. What would you say about that Browns? What would you say? See, this is the reason why I asked that question when you're trying to assess the danger. Remember, I said this graphic is from Chat Sports. When you look at Deshaun Watson compared to Dak Prescott when he was healthy, they was identical. They was identical. And they was like that for years. Now, around this period, people was hating on Dak. They was hating on 2016, 17, 18, 19 Dak. They was praising Watson 2020. They was praising him. 2019, oh, they love some Watson. They was sucking up to Watson. Shout out to Chat Sports for the graphic. So if you can imagine a quarterback with when healthy having similar skills than Dak, that's what the Browns are now with Deshaun Watson. Yep. So that's why I said, man, and I mean this, a lot of people not looking at it like that. They not looking at the fact that he's healthy now, had a full off season now. That can make a tremendous difference. And this ain't even just about the matchup with Dallas. I'm talking about Bet US, where you get 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. It's not even just about the Dallas Cowboys. It's about what these boys likely could do this year. Man, on paper, I'm going to say this. On paper, it's hard to find. Man, they up there with San Fran or better. Yes, I said they might. Put it like this. If Watson is even 90% of what he was, man, say that them Browns, they gonna have they challenge with Dallas. Cause see, we're a super team too. See, hold on real quick. We also are a super team too. See, if I go down our list, yeah. I made the whole case. Yeah. He said, bro, are you implying Watson is Dak? Because I'm not going. Just like Michael chasing Garrett, that Watson is chasing Dak. Yeah. Well, I made the case, and I'm making the clear case wrong. When I look at the subjects the environment he was subject to, where because he was going through what he was going through with the massages, he couldn't participate in team activities. So when it was time for him to play, he never had no training camps. He never had any of the things that get you ready for an NFL season. Then he came back in year 2 and had the issue with his shoulder. He had the shoulder surgery in November of last year and has been fully rehabbing. That's why I'm making the case, especially if you go look at the career of Watson compared to Dak, when you put them boys side by side, not just 1 year, for years, them balls was identical. Yeah. So I'm making the case. Is Watson Dak now? No. Absolutely not. Dak is clearly MVP-ish and likely should get it this year. He should get it this year. I think he is. But if I'm being aware and assessing my opponent, I'm not going to look or grade Deshaun Watson. I'm not going to grade Deshaun Watson over a year he needed surgery and a year he had to be forced out there. This is where, and this is another thing about Deshaun that I know very well. This is something I know about Deshaun very well. Deshaun Watson is used to being the hero in trash organizations. See, man, let me tell everybody, man. See, because I played for the University of Houston, I know all too well the culture of Houston. Ooh, you talking about a cursed city. Ooh, see, I know we mad, but boy, trust me, it could be worse. You could be a Texan. If you was a Texan fan, if you are a Texan fan, you are and so Deshaun Watson, what he was able to do in that organization, I'm not ready to give up on him yet. Like, for real. Because, see, I've seen the NFL do this before. I've seen them make mistakes like this before. Like where they gave up on Cunningham. They gave up on Moon. They gave up on some quarterbacks. They gave up on Drew Brees. They gave up on Drew Brees, who had that shoulder surgery. They gave up on him. And it'd be like, somebody say what that dude did with the Texans. Bruh, the Texans are worse than the Browns as an organization. Ooh, I mean it too. They are. Yeah. And then I like this super chat real quick. I like this super chat. Okay. My boy say, can't make a fair assessment until we see the product on the field. We haven't seen a single starter play. Yeah, you can say that with everything, bro. You can say that with everything. Like, for real. I mean, what's the whole point of giving an analysis if we got to wait till the season? Nah, we can make some assessments based on some things that's out, right? So the only thing I'm saying is, this is the thing. This ain't the team to be like, oh yeah, we got this. I've seen that before. This, just because they the Browns, this would be a mistake to be like, oh yeah, we got this. Oh yeah, we done won 17 times at the house. Oh, this gonna be a wrap. Oh, this gonna be, boss, you're scared. You're scary, boss. Boss, come on now. This is finna be a piece of cake. I'ma wait and see. Shit. Nah, man, this team got a whole lot to be like, say, bro, you better keep your eyes open. See, while we over here playing games with our best and shit, while we over here, it's people that's out there that's dead ass serious. Serious. Being very aggressive about trying to win. Took a good team and made it better. The Browns was good enough to go to the playoffs in 11-6 with a quarterback that they got off the couch. So to me, I'm just telling y'all, the number one threat to me is Deshaun Watson. It depends on which one show up. If he show up even, I'm telling y'all, if he show up 90%, he don't even got to be 100% of what he was at the Texans. If he can be 85%. Yeah. And that makes this game a whole lot harder. I'm gonna just be honest. It makes it a whole lot harder. So, because we gonna talk about how to beat them. We gonna talk about, because we do match up well and they match up well to us. It's a good matchup. It's a real good matchup. We gonna talk about how do you beat a team like the Browns. But the first thing is, I'm being honest with everybody saying this. When I say a team is dangerous, I'm not bullshitting y'all. Because remember what a lot of people were saying around that time. Oh, we got this team we got them in the bag. Boss, you scary. Boss, don't be scared now. We done won 17 games in a row. Yeah, boss, come on now. It's the playoffs. Have some spirit. It's like, yeah, I do. But I also have done this. I had to assess my opponents. And as I assess my opponents, I'm like, all right, so now this ain't the game to be playing. That's all I'm saying. This ain't the game to be playing. This ain't the game to be going back and forth if Dak deserves a contract. See, all that bullshit you was able to do, Jerry, in the offseason, this ain't the time for that now, because the season is here. The season is here now. And there's some people out here ain't playing no games. See, all that talking is cheap. This is why one of the main things we should be trying to do all week is hashtag pay Dak. That should be one of the most important things. Because as long as that's the case, even CD Lamb said himself, pay him and stop and kill the distraction. So if we just looking at this from paper on paper, X's and O's, we not going to assess the threat. Correct. So the top threat, I said, was Deshaun. All right. But then after that, they have some good threats. Okay. To me, one of the threats, and we all got to be honest about this. Come on now. You telling me Amari Cooper is not a threat? You telling me Amari Cooper don't want revenge? Now, you telling me that's not a motivating factor? You don't think the locker room are looking at anything to motivate them? I was telling somebody the other day, they was like, how did you used to play when you used to go against competition? And they asked me, they said, did you like your quarterback? I said, nah. I ain't like my quarterback. He said, did you like your receivers? Nah. Not really. If I liked you, you was very special. If you was a receiver and I liked you, you was special. I look for a reason to hate you. I really did. Because it made me play better. Yeah. So, do we match up well against Amari? I say, hell yeah, we do. Absolutely. But it's also a game that we also know he gonna be looking to show Jerry now, y'all messed up picking Gallup over me. Another threat, Jerry Jeudy. A weapon they didn't have last year. Another Cowboy draft favorite coming in to play the number 2. So they now have Amari Cooper as the number 1. You got Jerry Jeudy as the number 2. And you got Deshaun Watson with a healthy shoulder. Yeah. And then you even have Elijah Moore, who was Jay Tuck's favorite. Because, see, all of these guys I can point to, I can say what person loved them in the draft community. They whole squad is full of people that Cowboy draft community loved. Not liked, loved. It's a lot of them on here. Yeah. So he said, hold on. He said with the super chat, I can't wait to see Guyton versus Garrett matchup. This is a phenomenal test for Guyton out the gate. So you getting ahead of me. You getting ahead of me. Cause see that we go talk matchups. We got a matchup show coming, right? Cause see what we doing is we introducing the Browns today, right? But then we go do that side by side matchup analysis, right? That's why I'm expecting a heavyweight fight. Ooh, I'm expecting a heavyweight fight. Damn it. Ooh. Ooh, wee. Yeah, so no, that's gonna be a good test. So we got the matchup show coming up too. But tomorrow, remember, we gonna be talking about the coaches. We gonna go the coaching matchup. Then we gonna have the player for player matchup. All of that. We gonna talk about schemes. Likely what we getting ready to see, potentially based on who their coaches are. All of that. That makes a big difference, right? As you trying to figure out, what's likely gonna happen, right? And how to prepare for it. So now we got some good stuff coming. Y'all stay on the lookout for that. But going back, so all I'm doing is just kind of going a little bit, looking at the offensive threats a little bit. So we touched on, obviously, right, them having really good threats on offense, right? So we clear on that. But I was also explaining that a lot of these guys was favorites to the draft community. So like, for instance, Jedrick Willis, he was one of the OC's favorites, right? JOK, I could say BJ Nix loved him a lot, and a lot of people in the Dallas Cowboys community really was high on JOK. Thornhill, who they have over there, is obviously and was obviously a Dallas Cowboys favorite. Like, absolutely. Grant Delpit, he was a clear favorite to the Dallas Cowboys community, to the point to where a lot of people in the community wanted him at 17. That was the pick we was picking, 17. And there was a lot of Cowboy Nation that would have been fine with the Dallas Cowboys going with Grant Delpit. And then you even have Greg Newsome as their number 2 corner. And that was Sky's sleeper corner from Northwestern. So I could actually put names by the people in our community that loved these people in the draft. Not like love these people. And then you got Denzel Ward. So when you look at them like on paper, right? I don't see how anybody with a logical mind can look at the Browns on paper, right, and not see the obvious improvement from last year. A year they went 11-6 with a quarterback that came off the couch. Huh. So, so like, if the Browns jump out and end up being one of them scary teams, I'm not going to be shocked. All I'm going to do is refer to this show and say the Browns are quietly the most dangerous. Yeah. But also, we are quietly the most dangerous. I want to also make that clear as well. Because, see, the Dallas Cowboys are quietly dangerous. A lot of people are sleeping on us right now. It's a lot of people that's they being very disrespectful right now. We quietly scary too. It's a whole lot of people still pushing the opinion that because we didn't go crazy in free agency, that we basically in a rebuild. But see, we've been keeping up. Y'all been keeping up. Y'all know we took care of them shoes. Y'all know the linebackers are improved. Y'all know the safety room is too deep. Y'all know Diggs is healthy. Y'all know he been getting an interception a day. And I'm talking about Trayvon Diggs. Y'all know CeeDee Lamb is signed. So we quietly dangerous too. Yeah. So anyway, man, I'm going to take some calls real quick. Here we go.
Piling paper got them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me. Piling paper got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the labels want the rights to me. CD on my back and it feel light to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me.
Alright. My boy CFT say we dangerous. Absolutely, man. We very dangerous. I absolutely agree with that. And one of the main reasons, man, I really want to do this show. One of the main reasons I wanted to do this show is because I want the pressure to get the distractions out the way. Because the main thing that I'm saying is teams out here that's not playing. It's teams out here. I'm finna take these calls. I see everybody in here, man. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all coming in the building. Coach Marvin in the house, Chris 214 DP. But I want to put some pressure, man. Cause see, we getting ready to face some teams, y'all. They not talking about their best in the media. They not doing that. They not doing all that goofy stuff we doing. You know what I'm saying? So we still got the leader of our team with an owner that's pretending to be unsure, and the enemy is at our doorstep. So we got to put in work. Chris 214, you live.
What's going on, boss? How's it going?
It's good, brother.
Good. Well, man, this off season has been very goofy, and I'm just happy we back to football. I cannot wait. Cleveland next week. Oh man, it's gonna be a showdown for sure. I can't wait. Yeah, man, we here. We gotta start out fast, and like I say, I ain't finna get into the matchups because you say that you finna.
Go for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's probably one of my best matchups. Is probably Guyton. Well, not best, but most intriguing is Guyton against Garrett. We all know who Myles Garrett is. Mm-hmm. He's an all-pro, a sack monster. I honestly want to see, is Guyton going to force Mike McCarthy to put a chipper on his side? I do want to see that. Is Guyton going to hold up his side that much? Not necessarily going to stop Myles Garrett. I mean, I don't think anybody is going to expect that. But, you know what I'm saying? Just to hold his own and not get completely demolished, I think he does have a chance to do that. Will he make mistakes? Sure. He's a rookie. It's his first game. But that's what I want to see. So, yeah, that's going to be a great matchup. And I can't wait for it. But how you feel about that matchup, though?
Yeah. What I'm anticipating is Guyton is going to show signs of greatness and he going to show signs of rookiness. You know, I think it would be malpractice to go against the defensive player of the year while fresh and not already have a strong contingency plan on helping Tyler Guyton. I think that would be one of the goofiest things in the world. It is nothing wrong, in my opinion, starting the game off cautiously and going out there with 2 tight ends and running the ball at Garrett and making it about really trying to tire him out to take out his legs. Like, you know, I would want
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to make Tyler Guyton a dancing bear on this stage this early. I would want a ramp up plan. I wouldn't want the plan of throwing him in the deep. I wouldn't want that. Now, if they do, that would also mean that they are extremely confident with his training camp. You know what I mean? And and they feel that he's going to hold up and be a fish in water. But my common sense says don't do it. That's just me. So
yeah. And I'm gonna say my number 2 matchup is probably it got to be Diggs against
Cooper.
Diggs against Amari.
Yeah.
You remember when it was like 2-3 years ago when I think we was on Hard Knocks and you know how they were like drawing back at each other.
Yeah.
And Cooper did get the best of Diggs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do want to see that matchup. But I do think Diggs is much better from when that happened. So, yeah, that's gonna be off the chain. Who is they starting running back, bro? Because, you know, Chubb hurt.
Yeah, they starting running back. Hold on, let me look at the depth chart. I got it right here in front of me. Running back, when I looked at it, it wasn't nobody I feared. But they've done good before with a committee of guys. You know.
They have.
Hold on real quick. So it's Jerome Ford. Yeah. So and Deontay Foreman.
Oh, they good, bro. Like that's a good running back room. Like I don't know if y'all know about Ford.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not too impressed.
Boss,
I'm not too impressed. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know, I think they passed their prime.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that they didn't bring back the other guy that they had, bro. I think his last name is Hunt.
Yeah, Kareem. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's still a free agent right now.
Yeah, they running back room. You know, so it's. I'm curious of what kind of Browns we go see. With the lack of talent in the running back room, but the epic talent on the perimeter. I'm just curious on what's gonna be their style against Dallas. I'm real curious.
I definitely think that they're gonna try to test our gangster. Just with the run game, like they want to see. But we know y'all got the bodies, but have y'all really gotten better? So I do think that they're going to try that first. And that's what I want to see, too. How we going to hold up in the run game? So, yeah, I do think that they'll try that. If not, they're going to cornerback 2. So,
yeah. I mean,
against Judy.
And I think we hold up well. I think we hold up very well. I think we fine. I think I ain't really worried. I ain't worried. Nah. I think we hold up in that secondary well. I think we go. I think we go get more turnovers. If they try to throw the ball on us, man, we go take the ball on them balls. I'm for certain.
Yeah.
I'm for certain we go take the ball. I think we go get at least 2 turnovers this game.
Okay.
I think the surprise element of Zimmer. Huh?
We going to Cleveland or
we going to Cleveland?
Here?
We going to Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay.
Yeah. But let me get to the next calls, Chris. Man, we got some packed house.
Oh yeah. All right, boss. I'll see you, man.
All right, Chris 214. That's my boy Chris 214. Y'all make sure y'all hit them likes too, man.
The conference has been locked.
I'm gonna take a new caller real quick. I see you in the building, Coach Mar. 754. You live.
What's up, Boss Cowboy? What's up, man?
What's up, man? Who is this?
This Dallas Cowboy 1992. I didn't call in a minute, but I'm back. So
what's going on, man?
I'm gonna say this. Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling great. I'm gonna say this, man. The key to this whole thing, like it always been to, has been Dak. That's the key. That is the key to this whole thing, man. I believe Dak gonna show out. The defense gonna stop that run, force them to pass, and we're gonna get out them. That's what I think gonna go down. I think the score gonna be 28-13 Dallas.
Okay, man. I appreciate that, Dallas Cowboys 1992, man. Good prediction.
Yes, sir. And how about them Cowboy haters and keep Dak out y'all mouth?
I appreciate that, Dallas Cowboy 1992, man. That was a good call.
Yes, all right.
All right, that was Dallas Cowboys 1992. D Shift, you live.
Man, what's good, boss?
What's happening?
Nah, man, I totally feel you on this Browns assessment, man. We're just hoping that Deshaun Watson's confidence is kind of taking hopefully he's just kind of taking a hit over the years. And for this game's sake, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For this game's sake, hopefully it takes him a minute to kind of get into that form and we can just kind of catch him lacking.
Yeah.
If that could happen, make it a long day for Conklin on that right tackle. That center maybe, but other than that, man, they got some good left guard, right guard. They amongst the best. Willis, young guy doing his thing, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
He ain't like no Evan Neal type, right? Where high draft pick and he doing pretty good, huh? Willis.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we looking out. Chubb not there, man. Jerry Jeudy. Man, I would focus more on trying to maybe take Jerry Jeudy out the game and let Amari get his, So just make it just all, all about Amari. And then, take the run out. You know what I mean? Taking
How
Joku
would you take
and,
Jerry Jeudy out? Because I think I would want to take Amari out.
Man, I say like go one-on-one with Amari and Trey.
Okay.
Let that be the matchup and maybe double team Jerry Jeudy.
I like it. I like it.
And
I like it.
Make it one-dimensional. You know what I mean? And don't give Watson too many options. I don't know what he's.
What about David?
Like these days.
What about David?
And Joku, man, I think we have some safeties that can match up with him.
Who you gonna put on?
We just haven't seen it. Man, the way y'all talk, man, it seems like, man, Wanye would be a good matchup for him.
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know that. I'm just leaning heavily on, the way, the community's been talking about Wanye. It's easy to maybe say Malik Hooker, but the way Wanye's been sounding, man, I don't know. So I don't know. And Joku, he's a good tight end, but like he's not like I don't think he's like a game changer. He can be for a game though. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about him, just that big athletic bull type. He can take over for a game, so it'll make it kind of scary on that end. But man, defensively, man, I really ain't got an answer. Maybe just try to take advantage of the defensive tackles over there.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that stout in the middle. I think they're a little older. Definitely not the Myles Garrett or the Darius Smith type. But linebackers and beyond, they got guys everywhere. So I think it's gonna be a good test for Dak. I don't think it needs to be a bar. I think we kind of need to remember how quarterbacks play against number one type defenses in general. So we don't see what we don't like. I don't think we should panic. You know what I'm saying? You just got to keep in mind it's going to be a real good defense. It's going to be a dog fight.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be any pretty numbers, any pretty stats for my fantasy people. So, you might want to start some guys a little wisely. Don't dare start a Cowboys running back. So that's all I got, bro.
Man, appreciate it, D.
That's all I got, man. Yes, sir.
All right. OGD. All right, here we go. Joe, you live.
Hey, what's going on, boss? So
What's
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Should we be concerned about our starters not playing in preseason? Because I wouldn't be surprised if we started rusty at the beginning. But that's my question. Hello?
Yeah, I was just thinking, man.
Oh, okay.
I'm not too sure. Because it's a good debate on that right now, because I can kind of see it from the standpoint of load management because of the extra 17 games or the 17 game season versus it used to be 16, right? Then there's a preparation crowd, right? Where based on you getting some preseason action, you tuned up for the game. I don't think it's an exact science. So, because I'm certain if I looked at all the teams and did a real breakdown, you will see some teams start hot that didn't have preseason action, and you'll see some teams that had good preseason action start bad, and vice versa, right? So I would have to look at it over a period of time and do a real comparison. And as of now, I would say no. I think
another thing.
I think we gonna be clicking.
Another thing that I forgot about the joint practices. So there's that too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's I'm not gonna make too big a deal out of that until I look at it for a period of time and watching how Mike McCarthy been managing, right? Because we didn't do it last year, right? And we started off with very good drives, very bad closing. So that means the 20s was working. We was number one in the league in 10 play drives, but we was one of the worst in the league in the red zone. So what we did is mid-season, we went heavy red zone emphasis, and then we opened up the offense and we became top offense in the league, So yeah, I'm kind of like, whatever you think is gonna have your team ready for January, do it.
And another thing I like is that this season our hard opponents are at the beginning stretch of the season.
Yeah.
Unlike Philly last year, where they had their harder opponents down the stretch. So yeah. But anyway, boss, the season's here. Let's get it. We lose our time. Zero and blue till the day we die.
Let's go. Good call, Joe.
All right, bye.
All right, real quick before I take my last two callers, we got DP Johnson and Coach Marv. We want to first let everybody know that if you sign up with BetUS, you can get 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. And I did put the link in the description, so y'all make sure y'all take advantage of that. Especially, you know, when you listen to analysis like this, because one of the biggest things I'm saying in terms of a bet perspective, I will keep my eye on Watson, like for real, from a betting standpoint as well. Because if he is 85 to 90% of what he was with the Texans, the Browns are going to be something very serious if they healthy, you know. And it's something that a lot of people are late on. A lot of people not looking at that. And I think if I end up being right on that, then that'll be something I'm gonna be able to cash in on. So these are my bets, not your bets. This is something I'm betting. You know what I mean? So obviously bet with caution. All right. So anyway, DP Johnson, you live.
What's up, Bo?
What's going on?
Man, Dylan, I threw a couple comments in the chat, and I'm just gonna kind of follow up on them. Just keep it simple so we can hurry up and get the coach, because I ain't heard him in a minute. I definitely want to hear what he got to say. I love the way they set up our schedule this year.
Yeah.
Like a lot of years, you can kind of point 2, 3, maybe 4 times a year when you like, okay, that's a given. We can, as long as we show up and just don't turn over the ball, we're gonna win. We don't have that luxury this year. We got a bunch of smash mouth football play. And to me, in a year when if Jay want to set it up to where everybody got to be on these 1-year deals and it's got to be a proven thing, then fuck it, let's play smash mouth football, throw all the cute shit out. That's how I feel about it. That being said, though, it makes me nervous because the more I look at the roster, especially on the offensive end, I don't know if we got the right play call. I love what Mike McCarthy was able to do with the Texas Colts offense last year. But, bro, when I look at our roster, especially when I'm looking at the old line, Tyler, Stevie, Zach, then I look at who we got in the backfield, I think we might be better with Schottenheimer calling this, bro. This team is built for him and his daddy style of football.
Yeah.
I just don't think for whatever reason Mike McCarthy don't want to let get Dak Prescott to get under center. If you really think about it, Dak first 3 years, Chris Collinsworth and every other play-by-play announcer made sure the whole nation knew you don't want Dak to throw more than 25 times a game. Then Zeke got paid, and so Jerry didn't want everybody saying that Zeke was the straw stirring the drink no more. And Dak been throwing it 40 times ever since. Like, sometimes we got to swallow pride and ego and just do what makes sense, bro. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Appreciate the call, DP. Good call, big dog.
Okay. Yep.
Coach Marv. Coach Marv.
What's going on, boss? How you doing, brother?
How you doing, Coach?
Hey, man, what's going on? What's going on, nation? How y'all doing, man? It's almost football time, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. It's there, man. And but y'all ain't gonna like what old coach gonna say, man. Y'all not gonna like what old coach is gonna say.
You finna be negative, Coach?
Y'all might not like, but I'm gonna be real. I ain't gonna be negative. I'm just gonna be real.
All right.
This is a very, very, very tough game to start out a season with.
Mm-hmm.
This is undoubtedly probably one of my favorite teams in the AFC to be a very major Super Bowl contender.
Yep.
Based off the history, what you just said about how they got to be 11-5 with a multitude of quarterbacks.
Right.
With a running back that got their best running back getting knocked out for the season.
Right.
They had a multitude of injuries, and they still were 11-5 and were a dominant football team, and they played a very good schedule
and they played good teams very, very well. The same team to beat San Francisco. So this
Ravens
team plays very well in Cleveland. Nobody's going to be tired. This is a very big task going out in the opening game on the road and with a team, even though I tell you that things are different from year to year, but still our psyche as an NFL team is still wounded because of the big flop of starting in last year. So that's still part of your psyche. And the way it happened, the way that game happened. So you're going to have people that's going to test your ability to be grinders, to be physical, to be in the game. The way we played at the end of the season last year. Not talking about personnel, but how people treated us as treated a Mike McCarthy football team about being in a grind, being in a dogfight. Do you have the mental to be in that type of atmosphere in Cleveland? So I don't feel really good about it. I may feel even better for the season if we get our ass kicked.
Me too.
Because it's almost going to tell you that this is not going to be no 40-burger year. This is not going to be no, well, we styling and profiling and we got 400 yards and receiver got. This is not about if CeeDee Lamb eclipsed the yardage and the records that he got last year. This is not going to be about if Dak Prescott does better than he did stat-wise than last year, or Ezekiel Elliott runs for 1,000 yards, or Michael Parsons getting a 20 sacks. It's not going to be about that. It's going to be about collectively the group finding every week a way to win a football game and getting somebody to step up to win a football game. A grinding type mentality. If we're going to get to where we want to get to 6, this team has to learn some humility, and they have to learn that it's going to be a fight to dig in to get to where they want to go. But boss, we have always pointed out, though, the nation has pointed out, has your organization created an atmosphere for you to be able to stick together to do that.
Right.
And the question comes back, we don't know, but as you look at the record, look at what has happened, 27 players on 30-some players on 1-year contract, a whole coaching staff on a 1-year contract, your quarterback on a 1-year contract. That doesn't create an atmosphere of sticking together, because that created an atmosphere of when things started to go wrong, everybody started going their own individual direction.
Right.
So is that going to be a case? I don't know, because I think you got some good people, good people in the building. And I'm not worried about Dak going in the because you got a good people in the building. But it's going to be a strain. And I don't think if Mike McCarthy or as Cowboy fans, if we had to pick an opponent to start the season out, we shouldn't have not. This is the team I was not one to pick, because one is a very physical football team. I've heard some in they did some practices with Philadelphia this year, and I think me and you talked about it.
Yeah,
Paul.
we did.
I think we was on the phone and we talked about it, and they was in some practices with Philadelphia, and the Philadelphia coaching staff had to tell the Cleveland coaching staff to tell their defense to turn it down because they were putting guys out every 5 minutes. So this is a physical football team. This is going to be a team that they're going to test your mental. They're going to run the ball with their running backs, and they're going to try to hit you with good play action passes and make Deshaun Watson hit you on. But we're going to have a dog fight mentality And I want to see, because we had a young football team, boss. I don't think people understand this. We got a lot of young guys that we're dependent on. We're possibly going to be starting 3 rookies in this football game, boss. 3 rookies. And only one was a first-round draft pick. 3 rookies. And then we're going to have an Overshawn going to play a lot. This is going to be his rookie season, basically, because he didn't even get to the regular season last year.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of young guys that's going to meet the challenge of, and they're going to get baptized because, let me tell you something, all that stuff they've been doing, that little button up in training camp and them control practices and those scrimmages, those preseason games that they were going against some people. So they're finna go into live grenade, mine, fire when they go to Cleveland. And it's going to be hostile territory. And I always told you, boss, the only way you're going to be able to win hostile territory, you got to take a hostile mentality. You got to go in there and you got to gangster you a victory out of it. And I don't know if this young team have learned how to gangster a victory. But this is a great test for us starting off. But if we start off bad, I think it's about building momentum. And we're going to find out what the character of this football team is, boss. When you go into your matchup, I want you to think about, boss, we're walking into a hostile territory with 3 rookies starting on our defense and a multitude of guys that's going to get a lot of playing time. This is their first NFL game in a very hostile environment. So, Cowboy fans, if any of y'all out there talking about this is a cater, we got this and this all that, right? Hold your horses on this one, but remember this: we in this for the long haul. The NFL season is not a sprint; it's a marathon. It's a marathon, and remember, some teams that look good at the beginning don't finish good, and some people that look bad at the beginning finish with rings on their fingers, and that's how we want to finish.
Appreciate it, Coach, man.
I appreciate
hold
you,
on,
boss, man.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on,
Coach. Go ahead. Let's go. Let's talk, man. Yeah.
Law, I just saw a comment from Law. He said, tell Coach, we don't need to run from this fight. We need to run towards this fight. Remember
we
the
gotta
Texans.
Run
hold on.
We ain't got no choice.
Let me finish the rest of it. He said, remember the Texans embarrassed that Browns team last season. We just need to do the same.
You know something? They embarrassed that Browns team last year, right? But their coaching staff got a different mentality in Texas. I haven't seen that type of mentality yet from this Dallas team, or the regime that had this team. That's what I'm waiting for. That team was a grinder. I'm trying to find, and I have said this at the beginning of the season, are we grinders? Because the word in the NFL is that we're front runners. We've got to show different. And there ain't no talking about it. We got to show it between the white line. Are we grinders or are we front runners? Because we got enough talent. It's all but what's going to happen between the 2 ear holes on that helmet. This is all it's going to be about this year. It ain't going to be about talent. What's going to happen between those two ear holes? Are we a grinder? How much we going to grind to get to the? And I understand what Law said, but Texans, that was a different mentality. They were a carbon of who their head coach was.
Man, you gonna make me call Law, man. You gonna make me call Law. I want to see him
they're
fight.
Carbon of who their head coach is.
I want to see him fight.
Ryan, that's who they are.
Nah, man, Coach.
But we gonna be all right. We go. He says
that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing, Coach.
We can't avoid the fight.
I say regardless, we gonna be fine. This is a good way to start the season. Either way.
Oh yeah.
Either way. This is like the best start. Period. Regardless of the outcome, it's gonna yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we gotta be honest though, boss. And people need to be honest out there. If this team is healthy, Cleveland is healthy, and we forgot is that big monster. He not playing this game.
Say what?
The guy that I wanted to draft at offensive tackle, is he playing
for the Browns?
Yeah.
No.
The guy from Ohio State, 6'9",
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, Coach.
Yeah. This is gonna be a test for Michael Parsons too. If he going against them long arms, that big guy, that's gonna be a test.
Nah, they saying Jack Collins is getting the nod. He'll former first. You talking about DeJuan Jones? Yeah.
DeJuan Jones.
Yeah.
So if this team, let's be honest, man. People, because they hear Cleveland, they say Cleveland. Oh man, they Cleveland like this. Man, let's be honest. People need to be honest, and the people, the real football people know. If Cleveland stays healthy and they get their running back, and they stay healthy, they're a team that could easily be in the Super Bowl.
Man, Coach. Man, listen. I try to tell everybody. I say, listen, Coach. This is real. What I'm saying, and we just talking, Coach. I don't know when you walked into the show, but I said, don't just look at the Browns. I said, don't just look at the Browns versus Dallas.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Look at the Browns.
No, this is a great
for the year.
Very good team.
Yeah. And
they
this
go 11-5, man. To go with they had 3-4 quarterbacks. They started some. To go and look at the teams they beat. They beat some very good football teams last year. And lost. They lost their quarter. They lost their starting quarterback
in
and
November.
They started running back, and they still won
11-6.
Man.
Yeah. And Coach, they got better. So hold on, Coach. Hold on real quick, just real quick, Coach. So when I say bet, listen, this is my logic. This is Coach Marv logic. I always bet at your own risk. Man, if we talking about bet US, and you talking about trying to make some cash, you better keep your eye on Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like Cleveland is before everybody catch up. In my opinion, because I see it the same way. I said that they should be like talent-wise on paper. They sick, and their GM is aggressive. You know what I mean? They're aggressive. Like I see a team that's saying we try to win it. You know what I mean? That's the move they're
trying to win, right? They're trying to win.
Yeah.
But just how you, and I will tell you right quick, boss. This is how you win this type of game. Same way you beat San Francisco. Same way you beat San Francisco. Same way you beat the Baltimore Ravens. You got to go in there and you got to bust them. You can't go in there and try to finesse your way to a victory.
Yeah.
You got to go in there and out-physical them. You got to say, hey, I don't care about your height. You got to run it down their throat. Not saying that you got to be 3 yards and crap, but you got to play a physical game. If you run away from physical teams, they will eat you alive. If you take the fight to physical teams, you can beat them. San Francisco last year, every team that beat them physically. And then they won the game. But everybody who ran, just like what Law said, every team that ran away from the fight and tried to go finesse against them, they ate them up because they won the intimidation factor. The way we're going to win if we go to Cleveland is we got to go in there and we got to tell Myles Garrett, I don't care about. We're not gonna let you wrestle. We're gonna bust your mouth up. We're gonna come off the ball over and over again, and we can't cry about if we get a carry and it's number 2.5 yards early in the game. Those carries are gonna pay dividends of getting us in a physical nature. But if we go up there and start to be cute and try to run and finesse them in Cleveland, they're going to embarrass us.
Man. Yeah, Coach.
I'm just going to be honest.
You say embarrass. Hey, but embarrassment is a possibility. Going there tripping. Like, for real. I mean that too.
Going there being cute.
Going there tripping.
Going there being
Go get
cute.
your ass whooped. Hey, Coach, see, because they think I'm playing. I said the same thing with Green Bay. Oh, boss, you scared. Boss, oh, come on, dog. We don't won 17 games in a row, boss. Come on. Yeah. You scared, boss. Go to church. Go to church, boss. And we got whooped. Say, hey, listen, and I'm telling everybody, the Browns are way more talented than Green Bay.
Oh yeah, man, Green Bay don't even hold a candle to. They don't even hold a candle to what you got in Cleveland.
I saw this before.
And Green Bay was a 9-17.
Hold on, real quick.
Last year.
Hold on, Coach. I saw this before. Somebody said Coach is scared. This ain't got nothing to do with being scared. Nothing.
No, man.
This got something to do with.
This is what got us in trouble last year.
I said that. That's what got us in trouble last year.
This is what got us in trouble last year.
Yeah.
This arrogant attitude, like we better than everybody. We them boys, and we walking into Green Bay thinking, oh, it was a walkover. It's a case. We done won all these games at home. This is the NFL. It's very little.
You gotta walk into this game. You better walk into this game like we finna be in a fight, and I'm finna. You better go into this game like, dog, these boys gonna try to embarrass us today. We finna embarrass them. You gotta be determined for a fight this game. For real. I see it coming.
Oh yeah, this gotta be a fight.
This gotta be a fight.
And I don't know. And you answered the question, boss, about will we be rusty because we hadn't played? Oh yes, we will be. That's what I'm saying. This ain't no ramp up. This ain't going in there saying, well, we're gonna ramp up, we're gonna play a team that's really not that physical right off the bat.
Coach.
We're going into right into the fire. Cause that's what Cleveland's gonna do. When they're at home, that's what they're gonna do. They're at home. They got the dog pound.
Yeah.
First game of the season. They're gonna.
The NFL knew what they was doing.
And when you just heard the last team that played the Cowboys talk about not about their talent, but talk about how they meant it. And if anybody watched, any professional or any football person watch this game, watch Green Bay game last year, you're gonna tell me it wasn't about the talent. When we got hit in the mouth, one of your comments told you, when we got hit in the mouth, we curled up.
He said that. Hold on. Pass the towel.
And this is for the team.
Hold on, Coach.
This for the team said this.
Hold on, Coach. Pastor Taft got a good counter. He said, wait a minute. Dan Quinn is gone. I promise you we walk this year. Zimmer makes a difference.
Let me tell you something. First, they have never been in war with Zimmer yet. First, Zimmer got to win. It takes a time for you got to win. You going into a major war with, and see, Zimmer don't even know how his players gonna act when the pressure is on and he's getting on them, or he asking them to do something that they don't seem like they need to do, and we really in a battle. This is not practice. This is the game, and and now we got to go through some battles together. So when I look in your eye, I know what that means. I look at you and I say, you know my look. I can tell when you kind of hurt. I can tell when you kind of tired. We don't know this yet because we ain't had no battles together yet.
No, I'm very interested.
Get that.
I'm very interested.
We got to get those battles.
Coach, real quick. Let's.
And that's good though. But that's good. But I mean,
No, it's
we're
good.
not scared. Coach
That's
is
the
not
thing.
scared.
That's the thing. It's
I'm
either
not
way.
scared.
It's good. It's good because this is the team you want to start the season with. Period. That's why
right.
it's good.
This is a great measure of stick.
This regardless. This is the team you want to. It's almost like when San Fran hit us in the mouth. That woke us up last year. It was I know a lot of people don't like to hear this, but certain things make you really go back and reassess. Like Dak Nim was staying the course until San Fran hit them in the mouth. True or false? True or false? And when they got hit in the mouth, they said, Mike. They went and had a sit down with Mike. Hey, Mike, we need to open it up, man. We can't do what we did at San Fran and expect to beat them. So it's one of them things to where the talent levels of both sides. This is not just the Browns. The Dallas Cowboys are extremely talented too. This is just the fight that you want. This is where the NFL, they trying to set up for a good story, but it's gonna work for us regardless. Right. That's the thing. And they knew what they was doing. That's why they started us off with this. They saw the offseason moves with the Browns and they was like, oh yeah, we know who to have y'all start with. You know what I mean? Yeah, stars on stars. They know what we are. They know what we are. Stars versus stars.
Let me say something what you just said about the San Francisco game. And this is what we can't do when we go to Cleveland. We went on the road to San Francisco and then we just act like we couldn't even run the football. And we stopped being physical running football because we had one fumble on a long run. And then we only had Tony Pollard carry the ball, I think, 9, 11 times. And we just went to a point of, yes, we just throwing the ball because we ran away from the physicality of a big game. If you run away from the physicality of a big game, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
And if you run away from bullies, this is not just known in football, this is known in everything. If you run away from bully teams and you try to play this finesse game, they're going to hunt you down. They're going to hunt you down. And they're going to overpower you. We have a team that we can't go in this game and says, if they bust us in the shut us down, then we just gonna stop it. Then they're gonna make us one Mitchell because they stood a little strong one a couple plays. We got to go in there, and it's gonna be a good test to get our young players acclimated to what it's gonna take to win this. And that's why we're gonna need. This is why the Cowboys went and got their practice squad so loaded up because they understand they got a young team, so it's gonna take 70 players to win this thing. So, Coach. But it's going to take you being a very physical football team, and you do not win games on the road by being finesse. So if you think we're going to go there going on the road in hostile territory and go out there and throw reverse passes, and Dak going to throw the ball 50 times, and we're going to win the game, we're going to mess around and get ourselves embarrassed.
Right. Coach.
So that's how it is. And I'm going to see how we go. We're going to see a lot about our team. But like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, Coach. So we also got that watch party. So y'all come back on the watch party. It's going to be Coach Marv, Amp, and your boy Boss. We're going to be bringing it. Appreciate it, Coach.
I'll be back this week. Yep, I'll be back this week.
All right, we got Coach with us this week for the watch party. All right, that was Coach Marv. So, hey, y'all, this is the bottom line. This is going to be a good test for us, okay? I would say don't be too up and down regardless of whatever happens. Regardless of whatever happens. But this is a good way to start the season. It's going to be a good test. It's going to be a real good test. I'm excited for the season being here. It could actually put us in the right direction. Because I will say, as of right now, honestly, we look asleep. Our leadership look asleep. And see, a threat like this might be what we need to wake up front office. Real talk. Because I am seeing a difference of organizations. This is almost like mirror opposites. You got a team so committed to their quarterback that they gave him 100% of a guarantee on a long-term deal. You got another GM that's over here with a MVP caliber quarterback acting like he need to see more. You looking at one GM who willing to get better and try to take another step in free agency, and you got the other GM who basically saying we gonna believe in our young guys. So, but both of them are good at accumulating talent. So, like, it's the type of game to where you really do get to compare. You get to say, you know what? We go look at your way of doing things. We go look at our way of doing things. We go see if talking about your quarterback in the media work, or we go see if showing faith in your quarterback work. We go see. We go see, is it time to be aggressive on a team we felt like that was already good and add a already quality number 2 to a good number 1? Or do we subtract like we tend to do with the Dallas Cowboys? So now it's the type of game we really need, y'all. I'm excited. We're going to be having a good year of content. We're going to have a good week of content. So we broke down the players, introduced the danger. We talk about the bigger picture and the overview. Tomorrow we go dig into them coaches. We go really, me and Henny, we go really break down the coaches. We go look at the schemes they run, and we go start even teasing the matchups. But we got to get into now the people that actually run the chessboard. So we see the danger already of the players. Now let's talk about the chess moves. So y'all stay with Boss Cowboy Sports. We're going to be bringing y'all content like this all throughout the season. Also remember, you can take advantage of betting with BetUS, where you receive 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. And I had a link in the description. It's Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. We out. Peace.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.